Stephanie, and this is my daughter, Maddie. On January 20th, Maddie received her second dose of the Pfizer COVID vaccine. She developed severe chest pain, and the way she described the chest pain, it feels like my heart is being ripped out through my neck.
I'm a vax rebel, can't say I'm looking for trouble, yeah. You can't handle when I step up to the mantle, yeah. Ay, vax rebel, these sheep is designed for the heat. See them shaking when I'm up on the beat. They can't handle the words that I speak, yeah. Vax rebel, I'ma stay woke till you sleep. After the jab, your body gets weak, cause you stuck up in your bed for a weekend. I'm a mask rebel, no I will not wear your muzzle. You can't cover my mouth and my brain stays free. I will never bow to a bounty. I've said it all time and time again. You won't catch me vaccinating with it. I ain't gonna lose when we all can win. Death rate is less than 1%. Considered to the hood singer saying that it's good. What you doing to your blood gonna end up in a crypt saying you a free thinker, but you're still reading a script. Cause the vaccine is safe and the vaccine is clean. If you give it back your freedom, everything you need, just take the jab and bend the knee. But I know my people gonna live free. They can try to hunt me down, make the rounds, but none of the vaccine gonna get me down. And then my heart fails. Oh well, we say the truth and they be hitting that. But I'm on it, say it fast and never stop. I wanna rap and even when I'm out of breath, you know I gotta do it fast. And then we marching into the streets. It is the patriotic fest. They try to shut me down and I will call me the vax rebel with all my boys. Bryce and Gray, we make good noise. And Forgiata with his Rolls Royce. We on the scene and on the streets. We on the track and spitting stats. But I gotta tell you that I am a vax rebel. Can't say I'm looking for trouble, yeah. You can't handle when I step up to the mantle, yeah. Vax rebel, these stupid designed for the heat. See them shaking when I'm up on the beat. They can't handle the words that I speak, yeah. Vax rebel, I'ma stay woke till you sleep. After the jab, your body gets weak, cause you stuck up in your bed for a weekend. I'm a mask rebel, no I will not wear your muzzle. You can't cover my mouth and my brain stays free. I will never bow to a bounty.
Vax rebel, they lab test you and mass check you. Chips that can detect the virus. Sounds like the last devil revelation. Got vaccine cards, but next is registration for unvaccinated, while Dr. Fauci is celebrating, comparing us to 9/11. Ignore BLM violence. If you speak out against the narrative, you bout to get silent. Force vaccines, dictators always gonna require compliance. 2A is just in case the government becoming the tyrants.
Hold up, breathe. No mask on my face, might sneeze. Vaccine, now you're weak in the knees. Got me feeling like Constantine.
Vax rebel, these stupid designed for the heat. See them shaking when I'm up on the beat. They can't handle the words that I speak, yeah. Vax rebel, I'ma stay woke till you sleep. After the jab, your body gets weak, cause you stuck up in your bed for a weekend. I'm a mask rebel, no I will not wear your muzzle. You can't cover my mouth and my brain stays free. I will never bow to a bounty.
Vax rebel, body's a criminal. They killing these kids, whoa. The system is evil, yeah. Time to wake them up. Wake the people up. United we stand, divided we fall. We're patriots, stand tall. So Chandler, watch out for the people hating on them. You too educated.
Stay awake, not woke, I'm tuned in. Your point of view too far, need to zoom in. Ain't got no facts, you assuming. About to call on blue, the way you be cluing. Stay awake, not woke, I'm tuned in. Your point of view too far, need to zoom in. Ain't got no facts, you assuming. About to call on blue, the way you be cluing. Have we had enough of your lies for one night? Have we felt enough of our pain to know it's real? How do you feel? Sick and tired of the lies, all I'm feeling is the pain. It's the devil in disguise while I'm standing in the rain. Water pouring from the sky, but you tell me the opposite. Like I don't have a consciousness, like I'm stuck in the matrix and my brain's up for the taking. But we don't do that, I know my facts. They say that he was elected, but where the stats at? They say that jab the only way to get your life back. But if you have a heart attack, then they will go to hide that. Look at the FDA, acting like KKK, trying to run all our lives like we they brand new slaves. Lose the job, bent from plain segregation, all the same. They call themselves progressives, but they taking us all back again. Bring the world to darkness and sacrifice the children. Then when it's said and done, then you will never live with hope again. I say that we break the chains, we can't leave the world the same. Make love real again. As we fly above the truth, I ask of God, am I with you? I walk the path, go to the light, but still I feel that.
Perfect. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages from all across the world. You are now tuned in to Crump Live. My name is Chandler, and this is Crump Live, a show we do every week on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8, where we are breaking down the news. We have a ton of subjects we're going to be jumping into today, but first things first, I want to say a big ol' hey to all my folks I see in the chat. William, you're right on time, you're right here. Alita, William, Alita, Roxanne, we have Shawnette and the old chat, all that great stuff. We're going to be jumping into that. We have a ton of channel updates we're going to get into. First things first, I got to say, how you guys doing? How you guys doing? We had a long countdown today, and we're going to keep doing that because I believe it allows the notifications to get more out there. So I'm seeing Moon Shadow, I'm seeing Shawnette Zachariah, so names I don't get to see quite as often as I usually get to, which is great. So just keeping it up with that. We're trying to do our best and stay connected with the folks, so hopefully that does what it needs to do. But either way, we've got a ton of news today. Like, as you can see, I don't know how often you guys check it out, but we've got a ton of subjects for you guys. We're trying to keep these shows as jam-packed as possible. Have a nice, long Crump Live for you guys, where we can chill, hang out, get occasionally triggered at the mask Nazis, although today won't be anything of that nature, and just all that great stuff. So, Shawnette, I see you on the old channel. I want to remind you, we're not live on that channel anymore, or we're live, but we're not, like, using that channel, really. So, definitely make sure you check in the description and visit the new channel we have, Shawnette. I want to see you over here, so that way I can see your messages over here as well. Alita says, good, lol. All right, or I mean, good in you. Sorry, I was reading different messages. Great, Alita, thank you so much. I'm having a great evening. It's about to be an even better evening, but before we jump in, I want to give you guys a quick update on how things will work on this channel. As you guys know, for the past month or so, we've been doing a daily show in here called the Chandler Brief at 3. If you guys have missed that, no big deal, but it's been a great show we've had, and I've really appreciated the audience that we've grown there. But I realized that I've probably done quite a bit too many of these, so we're going to be rolling it back a little bit. So instead of every single weekday at 3, we're going to be just doing Crump Live on Mondays and Fridays at 3. Or not Crump Live, the Chandler Brief at 3, Mondays and Fridays. So you catch the weekend, and then we let the week go by, and then we do another 3 p.m. update on Fridays. So I'm hoping this allows you guys a little bit more time to breathe, not get attacked by Crump quite as much, but still get your Chandler Brief updates. So updates to the way things will work around here. You'll still see me plenty. There'll still be plenty of content. You will not be missing out, but we will be doing the daily Chandler Brief shows, no longer daily, just on Mondays and Fridays. Nuno says, why aren't you building your channel on alt media? Au contraire, Nuno, I would love to remind you, as I have been doing for nearly a year now, I am simultaneously streaming to Rumble. Now let's make sure this is working right now. It might not be working. Sometimes these alt-tech medias are a little troublesome, but we do go live on alt-tech media. As you can see, my streams go back a long while, and you may or may not remember, but I actually had a song go viral here on Rumble with my friend Bryson Gray called Let's Go Brandon. We got a Billboard chart off of it, and that really helped build. In fact, we got somewhere around 400,000 views on Rumble. So we are definitely building alt-tech. We are also, of course, very proud to be supporters of Gitter and Gab. I have accounts over on both of those platforms, and we've streamed on Gitter before as well. We don't always do that, but we've streamed on Gitter before. So we're always on alt-tech. I appreciate your challenge, but unfortunately I got you beat there, Nuno. Oh, he says, great, didn't know that. See, that's what I love here. You challenge me, I tell you what we're doing, and you're like, that's awesome. Anyways, we've got a ton of subjects we're going to be jumping into, so let's not dilly-dally any further. Some of y'all have been waiting a long time for this, so let's get down to business. What is the news for today? Well, let me just pull out a quick drum roll, please. We have a nation of masked rebels now. Yes. That's right. Despite the greatest wishes or ill wishes of Biden and whatever his name is, the Secretary of Health, and all these different people that have wanted to keep the masks on us for so long, a federal judge in the district and state of Florida has struck down the mask mandate on planes and such. So we're going to jump in on this. I see that. We're going to jump in on this and get down to business. Here are a few videos of people celebrating on planes after their pilots and flight attendants announced that the mask mandates are over. So let's check this out real quick.
April 18th, the Biden administration announced that the Transportation Security Administration will no longer enforce the federal mandate requiring masks in all U.S. airports and on-board aircraft.
Finally!
Effective immediately, masks are optional for all airport employees, crew members, and customers inside U.S. airports and on-board aircraft. April 18th.
Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that really something? I have videos here on Instagram that I'm trying to find real quick of people that were literally, there's a flight attendant that was going through and singing, let's see here, singing flight attendant mask. I saw this earlier today, actually. I don't even have it on my, yes, okay, here it is. I have it right here, perfect. Okay, cool. I want to show this to you guys real quick of a flight attendant that was walking through the aisle and actually singing, throw away your masks, or something like that. Let's check it out. So let's see here. I don't need to read that article. Oh, it was beautiful. He had a great voice too. Yes, take me to church. Take me to church. We now have a bunch of
I'm a mask rebel.
We have
No, I will not wear your muzzle.
we have mask rebels on the scene right now. One more time.
I'm a mask rebel. No, I will not wear your muzzle.
Isn't that nice? That's from my song, Vax Rebel, you heard just a minute ago, which is just so much more applicable now, isn't it? We've got Vax Rebels, we've got Mask Rebels, we got people standing up for their freedom. They aren't caring about the silence or anything, the science, or anything like that. We're standing up for the truth. Man, I am seeing some old names in the chat over here. I love to see it. We have Dark Shadow Fire. And Shawnette still on the old channel. Nice to see y'all. I haven't seen your names in so long. Dark Shadow Fire. I have missed you. As you guys may or may not know, my old channel, which had 40,000 subscribers, was absolutely obliterated by YouTube. So we have a brand new YouTube channel, and I want to remind you to make sure that you are watching on the new YouTube channel instead of the old one. So the old one has the picture of me kind of looking like up, and then this is the current picture. So just to show you, this is my old channel. It has 40,000 subscribers. We're live on this channel right now to bring people over to the new channel. So as you can see here, all of our content is here. That's how you can tell the new channel from the old channel. Because if you check out the old channel, there's only 2 videos up. So make sure you subscribe to the brand new channel here called Chandler Crump Live. So Dark Shadow Fire, Shawnette, I want you to join in on the new channel. So I'll drop that link for you guys in the chat as well. Dark Shadow Fire, I really love to see you. He says, been busy, man. Sorry about that. Missed your content. It's all good. It's all good. Everybody's been busy. We've been busy. So let's keep going. How did Chandler know I'm old? I didn't know you're old. No, I was saying like, an old name. You've been around a while. I'm not calling anybody old. I'm not calling anybody old except for maybe Joe Biden. I wanted to show you guys a few more occasions of people really showing how they feel about these masks, though. Now, this one's a little bit older. Now, it's from a guy named Dan Bilzerian. Now, I've heard the name before. I don't personally know his relevance, but I'm sure you guys on the other side of the screen are screaming like, what? Chandler, you don't know who Dan Bilzerian is? Anyways, he posted on Twitter, and as you can see here, about July of 2021, he says, I don't give an F what variant comes out next. I am not wearing a mask. He says, no flying for you then, pal. He says, I own a jet. That really just goes to show you. Really goes to show you where people stand. And this is, of course, old, but I wanted to dig it back up and show it to you guys. It's on high net worth memes, which is just funny to me. But so many people standing up, so many people sick and tired of this mask madness, and I simply cannot blame them. But not only are people sick and tired of it, not only are they standing up, they're starting to be,
I'm a mask rebel. No, I will not wear your
they're actually getting out there and making jokes about it. There is a gentleman who was on Twitter, and he posted this amazing thing. I really have to show it to you guys. Let me get this on screen for y'all. It was hilarious. So I'll just show you this through screenshots. So here is the tweet he posted. I boarded a plane today with my son, and mid-flight, the pilot announces that the mask mandate is over. Flight attendants pulled off their masks and sneezed directly into their hands. While screaming, this is MAGA airspace. My son turned to me in tears. I don't know what to do. Wow, so this blew up. Cash App is in the bio for my son's legal defense fund. We are suing for intentional infliction of emotional distress. If you guys couldn't tell, that's obviously 100% fake. 100% fake. However, oh my gosh. It's so good. It's so good. I'm gonna go to his feed so you guys can see this just a little bit better. The New York Times actually reached out into their DMs. Said, hi, Jared. I'm a New York Times journalist. I'd love to speak to you over the phone about what happened on your flight this evening. Can you please give me a call at their number, or let me know how I can reach you? Hope this isn't coming too late in your day. Thank you. Look forward to hearing from you. Hello, Victoria. I would love to discuss the incident at your earliest convenience. I was pretty upset about the whole thing. Unfortunately, it's satire that only someone at the New York Times will believe. In my time of contemplation, I was wondering how your team deals with the multitude of false stories that you peddle out daily to use as political propaganda, and if you could give me advice on how to take my satire to the next level, best wishes, Jared Rebel.
And you ain't black.
Rub my leg down.
Billions.
There are not words to describe how terrible of a breakdown that was. He got destroyed. Or actually I should say Victoria got destroyed. Ain't that something? For those asking, this is 100% legit. I'm as surprised as you. And fact check true, this is an actual journalist at the New York Times. You can see here, Victoria Kim is a correspondent at the New York Times based in Seoul, focused on live news coverage. She joined the Times in 2022, yada yada. She's new. She previously worked for the LA Times for 14 years, where she was most recently a foreign correspondent covering Korea, all that good stuff. So she's new to the New York Times, and, well, I'd say this is a great welcoming gift to get absolutely owned by this amazing satirist right here. Great guy. Really great guy. Goes to show you. Amazing stuff. Surely, Agar-Khan's in the chat just throwing up the laughing emojis. MMA Fighter says, Chandler, American Warriors, what's going on? Nice to see all y'all here in the chat joining me. Nice to see y'all. Todd Terrell, maybe once you become a billionaire, you can buy YouTube. They probably would not let me. Susie says, hey, Chandler, we should have a big bonfire all across the U.S. That's really cool. That's really cool. Unfortunately, though, not every place is like the United States and is willing to drop these abhorrent mask mandates. Do I have a boo sound effect? I don't think I do. But anyways, let me show you guys what is happening. Ottawa is saying that they will maintain the mask requirement for travelers after U.S. drops rule, says the transport minister. So sad. Transport Minister Omar Alghabra is giving no indication his government plans to drop its masking requirement for air and train passengers in Canada. We constantly consult our experts, and whenever the advice that we receive changes, because the circumstances change, we will change our regulation. But for now, it is what it is. It is what it is, they say. His comments came after a federal judge in Florida struck down a Biden administration requirement that passengers wear a face covering on airplanes and mass transit. Oh, gosh. And her? Oh, okay. I was like, there's a her named Omar? Okay, anyways, in her decision, it was talking about District Judge Catherine Kimball said the U.S. CDC failed to justify the mask mandate and did not follow proper regulatory procedures. On Monday night, the TSA said it would no longer enforce the masking requirement. Airlines and airports across the U.S. swiftly began to repeal their masking requirements for passengers. It was so great. Actually, I want to quickly bring up something totally related to this on my Twitter. I saw this on the Delta website because Delta is like my main airline. I fly out of Atlanta. So this is what they posted on their website. Masks now optional for employees, yada yada. We are relieved to see that the U.S. mask mandate to see the U.S. mask mandate lift to facilitate global travel as COVID-19 has transitioned to an ordinary seasonal viruses. Ooh, that sucks. Thank you for your support in complying with the federal mask mandate and keeping each other and our customers safe during the pandemic.
Stop the cap.
Truth of the matter is, Delta was just as, if not more, ready to get rid of it than we were. Because think about it like this. We're all people, we all fly, and I'm sure there's a good amount of y'all that have consciously made the choice to drive when you would have flown, or just not travel at all, simply because of these tyrannical and 100% of the time stupid mask mandates. You don't want to deal with it, and I don't blame you. So you chose not to fly, and Delta lost just a little bit more money because of it. Or let's say you did choose to fly, and then once you got on the plane, you made a big fuss, you took your mask off, you had to get kicked off, they fined you, whatever. They're still losing a customer if they had to add you to a list or something that could potentially earn them thousands of dollars in the future. They're losing out just as hard as we are, just more on the financial side, which to a business is like losing blood. Money is everything. So, they may not have been as emotional about it as we were, but from a standpoint of finances, they were just as, if not more, ready to get rid of these mask mandates. As you can see, they were willing to get pretty savage with that language. I mean, an ordinary seasonal virus. Man, if I said that 2 months ago, I would have gotten banned off of YouTube. Oh, wait, I did. I cannot tell you guys how many times I've lost my channels, my ability to post to my channel for medical misinformation. Truly, but it is what it is. Let's keep going. On Monday night, the TSA, yada yada, said it would no longer enforce the mask requirement. Taking a question from reporters in Calgary, Alghabra wouldn't comment on the U.S. decision, but said the Canadian government bases its decisions on science and data. Masks are proven to provide additional layers of protection, and we will continue to follow the advice of our public health experts, yada yada yada. I take no joy in these regulations except to know that they are done to protect everyone's health and safety. At least, that's what they say, and apparently even Trudeau spoke about it, but we don't care. Man, from this image, he really does look like a Castro. Anyways, let's move on before I get called a conspiracy theorist. What do you guys think about all this? Are you ready to go on your train, go on your plane, go on whatever it is, and finally stand up and say, no mask, None of that madness. Are you ready to be free? Because I sure am. I'm going to be taking some flights very soon, and I am very excited to not have to deal with any of that mess. And, you know, I posted a little thing on Twitter from before. Let me see if I can find it again, talking about how I'm ready to trigger some people. I said, I'm going to start going on planes with a MAGA hat just to really trigger the masked up crazies. Or maybe even better, my very own Vax Rebel hat. Because not only am I a Vax Rebel, but I am also...
I'm a mask rebel. No, I will not wear your muzzle.
And this is actually taken in an airport for a brief moment where I got to take my mask off before some tyrannical TSA agent came back over to me and said, put your mask on. And I was like, oh boy. So, you know, there's always sacrifices you got to make for the greater good. But either way, if you too are a Vax Rebel, if you too are a mask rebel, then I invite you to represent what you stand for. How do you do that? Make sure you have your very own Vax Rebel Mask Rebel gear. Let me show you guys how to get that right now before we move on to the next couple of things on the list, because there's tons we are talking about today, but I gotta show you guys. This. If you are a Vax Rebel, if you're a Mask Rebel, then make sure you have your very own Vax Rebel shirt available on our merchandise site right now. We have recently relaunched our entire website with new designs, which I'm sure you guys are going to absolutely love. So here we are. I'm a Vax Rebel, and on the back it says, I don't care if Donald made it. It don't matter. I won't take it, which is a lyric I actually say in the song. So if you've never heard the song before, it was at the beginning of the stream, and you can find it on all streaming services just under my name, Chandler Crump. But if you want to stand up for what you believe in, be a Mask Rebel, be a Vax Rebel, you can do so right here. Grab your shirt, grab the song, all that great stuff available right now. It's in the description, and I'm also dropping it in the chat. Alita says, tired of the mask hole. I love it. Truly, it's great stuff. So definitely make sure you check that out and join in on the family of Mask Rebels. But let's keep going, because apparently Joe Biden is also one of us fellow Mask Rebels, at least so insofar as to say that he believes that we have the freedom to not be forced to wear a mask, which is in direct... I don't even know the right word. It's in direct conflict with the things he said before, mere days ago. People asked him, Mr. President, should people continue wearing masks on planes?
This is wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. You did a great job up here.
We tried. You know, this is a lot of economic impact for the city.
I brought some extra workers here.
Yeah.
Mr. President, should people continue to wear masks on planes?
That's up to them.
Would you like to appeal the ruling?
He said what now? One more time.
Continue to wear masks on planes?
That's up to them.
Got him.
I just felt 1,000 mask idiots die inside. I've saw their eyes start to bleed and their faces start to scream, clawing their skin out, because the president just said the very thing that they never want them to say. It's their choice. That's something that no one ever wants to hear the president say. Apparently.
Would you like to appeal the ruling, or the ruling that the judge made striking down the mandate?
I haven't spoken to the CDC yet.
He has to remember, oh wait, I can't stand for freedom. I'm the president under this administration. I can't be like the rest of y'all people with logic. The CDC. I haven't talked to them yet.
The judge made striking down the mandate.
Look at how much struggle he has on his face right here.
I haven't spoken to the CDC yet. So, thank you. All right. So,
yeah, Roxanne in the chat says Obama didn't give him the clearance to make that choice yet. So true, and it appears that the Biden administration actually disagrees with Biden, because his very own Health and Human Services Secretary, Xavier Becerra, says that the Biden administration will likely appeal the federal ruling that struck down the mask mandate. Let's give a listen to this, shall we?
We are right now in the process of deciding, and we likely will appeal that ruling, but stay tuned.
Stay tuned. So it appears that they aren't going to stand by your right to, I don't know, not be forced to wear a mask. They aren't going to stand by it. I almost clicked this to see if it would take me anything further to see more information. No, that's just GOP.com. They're not going to help me. But either way, I wanted to show this to you guys to really show you that even they don't know what the heck to do. So to Miss Kim, the judge, that honorable lady in Florida, applause to you. Just Can we get a round of applause in the chat? Can everybody drop a quick round of applause in the chat? I need that before we can move on. I need y'all to drop it for me. Just really bring it out there for me. She did it. She got him. Now we've got a country of
I'm a mask rebel. No, I will not wear your muzzle.
nobody's gonna wear it. We have flight attendants walking down the aisle singing "Throw the Mask" one more time before we move on to our next subjects. I want to play this. Take me to church. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Ah, see, that's a flight attendant that is happy to do their job. That is a flight attendant that is ready to just live their life. And as you can see, the flight attendant ain't wearing a mask either. Nice young man saying to the people, preaching to the choir, take the mask off. People are clapping. People are cheering. This is what we've been waiting for since the very beginning. You know, the first couple of months, people were willing to comply, and they thought it was a whole deadly virus. But then as time went by, we just wanted to get back to our lives. We just wanted to get back to it. But Democratic governors wouldn't let it happen. In a lot of red states, the mask mandates and things of that nature went away real lickety-split. If it didn't happen in 2020, happened early 2021. We were past that. We didn't care about no Delta, Lambda, Ligma, Omicron, Oma Delta, Oma Ligma, ABCD, LGBT variant. We just cared about getting back to our lives. And get back to our lives, we did. That's the most important thing I could say that we did, and I'm so proud that we did it. I'm so proud that we did it. Anyways, let's jump on to our next group of subjects because this stream has two main titles, Masks Off and DeSantis on Fire. Now, I realize now YouTube might be censoring the stream because I put the words DeSantis on fire, and as much as they dislike DeSantis, they might think that's violent organizations or something like that. But the DeSantis on fire I'm talking about is the fact that he is absolutely laying waste to the liberal mob that wants to control and run his state. Laying waste to Hollywood and laying waste to the people that are in a position of the Don't Say Gay bill or the, as it is actually titled, Parental Rights and Education bill. Let's check in on his first salvo of attack against Disney. Yes, that's right. DeSantis has announced that they will be expanding a special session that will target the Walt Disney World property and remove their ability to do whatever they want. This is the biggest thing to happen in a long time. And we're going to jump into that in 1 minute. But I want to remind you guys that this stream is, of course, 100% supported by viewers like you. So I want to give a quick shout out and a big thank you to our Hall of Heroes members, which is Saint June and Inespo. These are the people who have donated to support our show. They've both donated quite a few times before, so I really appreciate them. And I also appreciate each and every person who isn't listed up here, of course, that has donated in the past. So big thank you to them. If you're interested in supporting our show and my ability to keep bringing it to you every week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, then I want to invite you to join us over on donorbox.org, where you can, of course, donate to support our content. As you can see here is our donor wall, where you can see people that have donated. So Aaron, who says, keep up the epic work. Shanna, who says, wish it could be more, which is always Shanna's great. I appreciate any amount. Steve Harla, Aaron, Grace, Steve Harla again, Adam Krigler, great friends. So all the people who have donated in the past are listed up here if you choose to be. So make sure you go to donorbox.org and consider a one-time or even a monthly donation to support our content, of which you can find in the description below. Of course, make sure you subscribe to our brand new YouTube channel where all of our streams are archived. If you're watching on the old YouTube channel with 40,000 subscribers, make sure you check in the description and join us at the brand new YouTube channel called Chandler Crump Live. You should see more than just 2 videos. And also, of course, make sure you subscribe over on Rumble. And last but not least, before we continue on, we of course support Cash App donations. And even more importantly than that, if you're interested in getting a great night's sleep after hearing about all these great stories tonight, then make sure you go to mypillow.com and use code CRUMP for your very own discount today. I'm proud to say that we are sponsored very proudly by MyPillow and Mike Lindell, so I really appreciate them. Shout out to that company, and let's get going on with this next story. Is Disney in trouble? Well, let's check it out. From the Villages, Florida, Governor Ron DeSantis issued a proclamation to have Florida lawmakers consider the termination of special districts established prior to 1968 of November, specifically targeting the property of Walt Disney World. In his opening remarks during a higher education-focused news conference Tuesday, DeSantis said he wishes to expand the legislature's current special session on congressional districts. They will be considering the congressional map, but they also will be considering termination of all special districts that were enacted in Florida prior to '68, and that includes the Reedy Creek Improvement District, DeSantis said to Cheers. It is continued fallout of Disney's criticism of the Parental Rights and Education law. Critics have called it the Don't Say Gay bill, because it bars educators from teaching about sexual orientation or gender identity to students in kindergarten through 3rd grade. School districts may opt to ban topics of orientation or gender identity beyond 3rd grade if leaders deem them not to be age or developmentally appropriate, which they obviously, more often than not, will not be. Despite Disney's tepid criticism of the legislation prior to its passage, the company has since said it is a goal for this law to be repealed by the legislature or struck down in the courts. It continued in part, "We are dedicated to standing up for the rights and safety of LGBTQABCDEFG plus members of the Disney family, as well as the LGBTQABCDEFG community in Florida and across the country." DeSantis called the company's stated goal as something that crossed the line. Let's hear from the Florida governor himself and see what he said.
What they've been called upon to do, but I am announcing today that we are expanding the call of what they are going to be considering this week. And so, yes, they will be considering the congressional map, but they also will be considering termination of all special districts that were enacted in Florida prior to 1968. That includes the Reedy Creek Improvement District.
That one was a little quiet, so sorry about that, but that's big stuff right there. The Reedy Creek Improvement District, which is Disney. The state is governed by the people, by the interest of the people of the state of Florida. It is not based on the demands of California corporate executives. They do not run the state. They do not control the state. DeSantis earlier this month said he was receptive to changes to Disney's self-governing district for the Disney World property, according to the Orlando Sentinel. In '67, state lawmakers passed, and then Governor Claude Kirk signed the Reedy Creek Improvement Act that had been advocated by Disney for building a new theme park. The district
now to Tallahassee, where today Governor DeSantis announced he is calling for another special.
All right, thanks, Tab. I appreciate that. Where was I? They will be considering the congressional map. Yada yada. We already read that. Man, I hate when that happens. They cross the line. I think we were past this. And Kirk signed the Reedy Creek Improvement Act for a new theme park. The district essentially has the same responsibilities as the government, such as land use, essential public services, wastewater control, and more, but it's Disney that's able to operate these functions. Other districts that could be affected include the Bradford County Development Authority, the Sunshine, and a few others, according to the News Service of Florida. DeSantis credited the House Speaker and Senate President, both of whom attended the governor's news conference Tuesday, for stepping up and making sure that we make the sunset or the termination on those special districts happen, which I think is very important. And then here's a video of Disney saying it's their goal to get rid of the Don't Say Gay bill. You know, it's clear to see where they stand. They're getting protested like crazy. In fact, we showed it, I believe it was just yesterday or so. In the last couple of days, I'm losing track of time here, but the last couple of days, we showed a video of people protesting outside of the Disney World sign. They had put the words groomer. Hold on. I got a Disney groomer sign. It was beautiful what people had done. They actually put the words groomer over the Disney World sign. Let's see if I can find it here, if Google will let me find it. Oh my gosh, this is even better. Oh, this is even better. Oh, this is even better. Oh my gosh. This is beautiful. Mickey Mouse with a MAGA hat. Governor DeSantis, keep Florida free. And as you can see, there's people tearing down. But they have Pedo World over the Disney World sign. Oof. Oof. That hurts. That has to hurt for Disney. Their reputation has never been this bad since their leader was uncovered to be a Nazi. It has not been this bad. But unfortunately for the left-wing mob in the California liberals that want to control the state, as Ron DeSantis said they didn't, he is not only taking aim at Disney. No. He is taking aim at Twitter, of all people. This one is big. Governor Ron DeSantis threatens to go after Twitter board for trying to sink Elon Musk's purchase. This is, well, man, he's showing up. He really is. Get this out of my way. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is threatening to go after Twitter's board of directors for attempting to sink Elon Musk's bid to purchase the giant. Speaking at an unrelated press conference on Tuesday, DeSantis said the firm fumbled its fiduciary duty by trying to scuttle a sale of the company's stock at premium. That effort could potentially injure Florida's pension funds because they hold Twitter stock. They rejected it because they know they can't control Musk, DeSantis said. It was not, in my judgment, a good business deal. While he didn't go into specifics, DeSantis pledged to direct state officials to explore ways to scrutinize the board's decision-making. We're going to be looking at ways that the state of Florida potentially can be holding the Twitter board of directors accountable for their breach of fiduciary duty, the governor said after he was talking about Musk's offer. The poison pill would limit Musk's ability to nab a large stake in the company, yada yada, we've talked about that. So yet another thing that DeSantis is taking aim at is Twitter. What Musk is trying to do is, in a sense, liberate it from being an agent of censorship into making it an actual open platform. But 68% of Twitter staffers say they disapproved of Musk's stated suggestions for the company and objected to his purchase bid, because why would the California liberals that eat avocado toast and drink nothing but kombucha and quinoa, and I know I'm being stereotypical, but you guys know who I'm talking about, those people in Los Angeles and San Francisco and Silicon Valley, why would they let the flyover states have the ability to say what they mean and speak their mind? That's absolutely not what they want. That's the exact opposite of what they want. They would never let that happen, which is why they're opposing what Musk is trying to do so heavily. Why they're opposing anybody that's willing to speak out. Why they're opposing anybody that is willing to, I don't know, share what they're talking about and let the world know what's going on. For instance, a great Twitter account by the name of Libs of TikTok. This story just gets crazier and crazier. This next story is going to be... Oof, my nose is getting stuffed up, unfortunately. It's going to be a little bit difficult to talk about because I'm trying to walk the line and be as careful as possible. I don't want to get the person's name any further out there, but unfortunately it doesn't look like it's going to go that way. So we're just going to jump into it and talk about this. The next story comes from Libs of TikTok. And this person, or I should say now, this lady who runs the account, because yes, Libs of TikTok is ran by a girl, has been, well, she's been doxxed. Unfortunately, articles have been released from a lady who works with the Washington Post who tracked down Libs of TikTok's family, had interviews and things of that nature, and put together everything and pushed it all out there. This story is crazy. So let's start with the person who made the article. It's a woman by the name of Taylor Lorenz, and she's being absolutely slammed as a hypocrite after she doxed the Libs of TikTok creator. Let's jump into this. Taylor Lorenz, the Washington Post internet culture beat reporter, is being accused of doxing the anonymous woman who operates the Twitter account Libs of TikTok. Lorenz, the former New York Times journalist who earlier this month broke down in tears while recounting harassment she experienced online, published an article Tuesday revealing the identity of the social media user. Doxing is the term used to describe the act of posting the personal information of someone who's anonymous. Critics accused Lorenz of hypocrisy after it was claimed that she showed up at the home of the woman's relatives to ask questions. The Libs of TikTok account, which posts TikToks from liberals and has generated more than 600,000 followers, posted an image of Lorenz outside the home of one of her relatives. "Which of my relatives do you enjoy harassing the most at their homes yesterday?" read the tweet, which you can see right here. There's the image of Taylor Lorenz actually pulling up at one of her family members' homes, as in Libs of TikTok's family members' homes, and trying to ask them questions. Can this get any more insane? Truly. So there's the tweet right there, and there's Glenn Greenwald talking about it, Ben Shapiro. Glenn Greenwald, the Pulitzer Prize winning journalist, slammed Lorenz, tweeting, "The same people who just 2 weeks ago were insisting that criticizing Lorenz is wrong because it generates harassment toward her are now cheering as she shows up at the homes and the relatives of Twitter users to dox them." Ben Shapiro said, "Taylor Lorenz is a terrible journalist and a worse human." He also added, "Targeting a Twitter account that literally just posts leftists owning themselves because that account damages the left is pure Lorenz." Oh man. Lorenz added, "I reported the story out extensively, using every tool I had to ensure I had the correct woman." In response to criticism that she targeted a private citizen who wanted to be anonymous, Lorenz said, "This isn't just some average woman with a social media account, but a powerful influencer operating a massively impactful right-wing media shaping a discourse around LGBTQ plus rights." Well, let's take a look at what Libs of TikTok has tweeted in the past, shall we? Let me see here if I can bring to you guys some of the stuff this person has posted. Now, this is an account that has been banned before, and right now they're a little focused on Taylor Lorenz because of, well, obviously what's happening in the media, and actually Taylor Lorenz is trending right now. But here's Ludlow Public School secretly promoted our kids' gender transition, parents allege. It's actually, here's some videos. I won't play the videos right now, but they've basically been digging deep, finding what we want to know about, and then posting it out for the rest of us to see, which is just amazing stuff coming from this person. And of course, I can't actually read the article because it's going to ask me to pay for it. We're not going through that, but as you can see, cool stuff happening with people exposing Taylor Lorenz. Let's dig deeper, though. Let's see what else is happening. Oh, it turns out it was a former Twitter employee who helped dig up the information on the Libs of TikTok. As you can see here, it was a man by the name of, Travis Brown. Now, of course, it's probably too small for y'all to read, but Travis Brown was a former employee at Twitter from the time of May 2014 to October 2015. He was interviewed as an employee of Twitter, and now used his former connections to get involved and connected to Twitter and see what this person, Libs of TikTok, had previously tweeted. We're not going to be digging too far into the story directly because I don't want to further dox this person, but here's some more stories about it. The Washington Post has lied and claims they did not publish details about the Libs of TikTok's owner's personal life. After Taylor Lorenz doxed the Libs of TikTok in the pages of the Washington Post, that paper released a statement defending the doxing and defending Lorenz's journalistic standards. They also lied, claiming that Lorenz had not published the home address of the Libs of TikTok account holder, when in fact, she had. The article was later scrubbed to purge those details, but they were there when the article was published on Tuesday at 6. They wrote that Lorenz, who cried on MSNBC after getting mean tweets, is an accomplished journalist. Senior managing editor Cameron Barr said that Lorenz's practice of using Antifa-affiliated accounts to gain information and showing up at the homes of Libs of TikTok's family members were reporting methods that comport entirely with the WAPO's professional standards. And here's actually the statement they posted just earlier today. Taylor Lorenz is an accomplished and diligent yada yada yada. Stop the cap! All that good stuff, says Cameron Barr. This is the madness that we're accepting, and there's the name. I don't want to show the name, but the person had chosen anonymity until Lorenz published her name and address in the Washington Post. And her management of the Libs of TikTok Twitter account and in media interviews has had significant impact on public discourse, and her identity has become public knowledge on social media. We did not publish our link or link to any details about our personal life. That was an outright lie. The details were there in the first publishing of the article. As you can see, it's all there. A full-on dox, as Tim Pool says it. Who knows a thing or two about doxing that happened. The WAPO defended its exposure of Libs of TikTok, as did Lorenz, despite Lorenz having complained about being harassed online, claiming that even one personal detail was enough to get her death threats, and the Washington Post simply lied. But oh no, that's not the end of it. Unfortunately for the Washington Post and everybody who's on that team, well, when you post about somebody and you dox them, they're going to grow in the thousands. Libs of TikTok's popularity has skyrocketed after they failed a dox and smear campaign against Libs of TikTok. In the wake of the WAPO's Taylor Lorenz doxing the creator of the account in a hit piece, supporters of the account's work have rallied around her in protest of this attack by establishing media forces, or attack by establishment media forces. Some have even taken to replacing their Twitter names to profile pictures with Libs of TikTok branding, but ultimately the organized protest has advocates spreading the message that the account deserves to hit 1 million followers. Within 5 minutes of watching a real-time graph, Libs of TikTok gained roughly 1,000 followers. Wow. So there's Jack Posobiec saying get him over 1 million, Candace saying it's time to stand against the WAPO, Yankee Pollock saying go follow them, and here's an image of them at 700,000 followers just a few hours ago. But as you can see, they've grown quite a bit since then, as they are now at, drumroll please, 700,600, oh gosh, I'm saying this all wrong, nearly 800,000 followers. I was trying to figure a fancy way to say it, like 7,600, but it's even bigger than I can describe. It's nearly 800,000 followers. They're going to be at 1 million real soon. This is really cool stuff happening. People are pushing to get him over. Tim Swade saying, retweet if you stand with Libs of TikTok, get her to 1 million. On Tuesday, Libs of TikTok responded to Lorenz's posting, saying she highlighted how Lorenz reached out to other social media accounts with threats that they'd be implicated as starting a hate campaign if said sources didn't reply to her. The claim made by Lorenz online was that Libs of TikTok was responsible for so-called anti-LGBT settlement and fueling the right-wing media's outrage machine. The crux of Lorenz's write-up boils down to the claim that Libs of TikTok is in the wrong for posting videos on Twitter taken from TikTok of liberals, of leftists, of LGBT people. Apparently that's damaging to the agenda, posting what they've literally done. In response to people's reactions on Tuesday, Lorenz wrote off the harm of covering the account, despite the fact that the account's owner had to flee her home because of the Post's story. Lorenz was documented showing up at the houses of her relatives. The noted irony being how Taylor cried during an NBC interview about the exact same thing. Severe PTSD, so she said. This is all the madness that is happening today. I don't know what to tell y'all. I don't know what to tell y'all. There's all sorts of craziness like this happening. People saying, I'm so scared of being doxxed, and then literally doing it themselves, so much so that the lady had to leave her home. All she's doing is running a Twitter account, and she had to leave her home. Make of it what you will. That is Crump Live. We got through a ton of subjects today, and we're going to bring it back to you guys once again this week later at Thursday at 8. I hope you guys don't miss out on it. There will not be a live stream tomorrow, but keep an eye on the channel. There will be plenty of news coming real soon. Thank you guys so much for being tuned into the show. I really appreciate it. Shout out to everybody who has supported the show, everybody who has smashed the like button. Big thank you to all y'all. And aside from all that, I'll catch you guys this Thursday at 8. And aside from all that, don't forget to spread the virus of intelligence. Peace out. I hope you all had a good day. I hope you have an even better night. and I'll see y'all.
Into the light.